I am sitting here in my office and I am getting ready to plan my month ahead. I am using a number of cute things to do this with, and what I am trying to or attempting to do is I'm going to use my Undated planner, my Archer and Olive Undated planner, to create a kid's schedule that really works for me. So I've got a fantastic babysitter, and it's just myself and my son usually, and I've been using this babysitter for a wee while and she's fantastic. So I'm going to kind of schedule in my month ahead as well as the stuff with regards to my son and kind of keep a family schedule. I'm also going to cover off a couple of other ways you could do it later in the conversation. But yeah, let's get started.
Great, so the first thing we're going to do is open up to a blank month, because obviously we need a blank month to start off the month with. We're doing October this month. The first thing we're going to do is pop in the days of the week across the top, and we're going to put in the numbers for the date as well. We're gonna, obviously, because I'm a Monday start person, I'm gonna start with Monday and get through the rest of them. Right, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to create each person's schedule by color. How we're going to do this is each person will get a specific color that they can use during the month. For myself, it's going to be pink. Then for Quinn, it's going to be green. And for the babysitter, it's going to be purple. Throughout the month, we're going to kind of tag things or important events or, parts of the schedule that fit in with that person and their color. So let's finish those off and start putting the colors into the calendar. I'm going to start by putting my schedule in first and then Quinn's. Obviously they can overlap and there can be multiple schedules for one day. Now that we're done with everyone's schedules, let's get started with the weekly spread. We're going to pop in the days of the week, and then we're going to start populating the schedule. Now let's double check on the month, and we're going to match it up with the same colored dots, so that way we know that there's a specific event coming up. Once you're done, go through and use your calendar as though you usually would. Alright, let's finish the week off by accessorizing with some stickers, making sure that we have all the key events written in, and kind of making it look a little bit prettier. It's not too hard and it can be very creative. I think that's probably what I love most about the Undated planner. Okay, we've now finished our schedule for the month. You can see here that we've got the monthly schedule and then the weekly schedule which corresponds. Another way of doing this potentially is by writing up your schedule first and then going through and writing down the kids' schedules once you have them in place. Then using 3 columns to match up the schedules to each other. This creates consistency, and it's a really great way to create a weekly spread that's very simple, but you're able to see the weekly schedules at a glance. Here's another example where we've used a simple weekly spread using kids, dad, and mum's schedule, and you can just see the whole schedule at a glance and the entire week, which makes it really simple. Another simple idea on how to do this is to create a washi tape tab for each person's specific schedule. This makes it really easy to keep track of what those schedules may look like, and you can match them up later down the track. It's also a great way to keep track of the kids' reading, the kids' sports activities, or any progress that you might want to track as well.
You know, one of the things is it's so clear and obvious that when you've got kids, regardless of if they're yours, if they're adopted, if they're anywhere, you are managing kids. It's like herding cats, and having a really simple schedule set in stone at the beginning of the month lets you know what's going on. One of the other things that's really important though, and I don't know if it's just New Zealand or if it's just me, I really like making sure that I have all the information available for my babysitter. The next door neighbors' contact details, emergency contact details, if anything were to happen, what they need to do in an emergency. Having that information is so important, not only for them, but if something were to, go horribly wrong, at least the information's there for the first responders or anything along those lines as well. So you'll see there's a couple of printables that I've created so that you can just print them out and remind yourself that information is important. Print them out, fill them in, put them in a Filofax, like in a put them in anything really, just as long as they're on hand and you update them regularly. Put into your planner that it's time to update them as well, even if it's when you do daylight savings, or make a certain time of the year to make sure that you're updating that information so that it's current and recent. One of the also tips I have with keeping emergency information is also keep a recent photo of your child in your emergency planning information. Just in case, heaven forbid, they go missing one day, you need a recent photo, not just one on your phone, but one that you've printed out and you can actually give to the authorities or the police. So I realize that sounds really tragic and awful and not exactly what I was aiming for talking about planning, schedules with your children, but it is important to make sure you've got that information available to you too. Have a absolutely wonderful week. Speak to you soon.
As always, thank you so much for watching, and we are around all over the place on Instagram, on Facebook, on Pinterest, and obviously please hit the subscribe button on YouTube below. To get notifications, hit the little bell, and if you want to see more, we have some great videos. Thank you.